We're always
I'm playing
free to
Bendy
choose.
Dark Revival.
To believe what we want to believe.
But
when you step back, when you really look at where you've been and the things you've done.
I know a bit too much about this game, I think. Well, any of the Bendy games. Probably because I have the books. You may be asking, why do you have the books? Because I liked the first game, and I wanted the books. Like, But this game follows Audrey. I've completed this game before, but this is the first time I'm doing it on a computer. Last was on Switch, too.
There you go, little guy. And only 800 more frames to go. No way I'm getting through tonight without some coffee. Probably some downstairs. Time for a little adventure.
I'll change the graphics because they needed me to be, but much better. Now you can distinct between the blobs. Why do you just have a donut? Yeah, and she ordered Bendy in the Dark Revival when I found out that it was released on the Switch, so yeah. But the funny thing is, when I got Bendy in the Ink Machine for the Switch, I was one of the first people who got at my local GameStop. Like, it just got there. So, yeah, mine fresh off the pack, and I love it. I didn't make it with get past Chapter 4, despite having the handbook. Really? Just goes to show you that a handbook doesn't mean anything if you are struggling at something. But I have been getting better at the game, just not that area.
Who put this here?
The bloody maze. Oh yeah, a warning for like Bendy and the Ink Machine spoilers if you don't.
Here's the key.
Why do you? It's very nice that like in the Bending Machine they went back and to like improve the other chapters each time, like they made another chapter. Like when Chapter 3 released, Chapter 1 would end up getting updated to become better, to be more cohesive. And often this game gets brought up when criticizing Poppy Playtime's chapters.
Most welcoming hallway I've ever seen.
The reason it gets brought up is because Poppy Playtime hasn't updated the chapters at all past.
Hello? Is someone there?
Like to some extent I can kinda understand that it's a lot of work when you have a big game, but also and Bending the Machine is both Bendy games are smaller. This is like 20 something gigs I think, and the first game's even I don't know. Not to check the size. But it is definitely not over 100 gigabytes like the Poppy Playtime. But in a way, that could be part of the Poppy Playtime's problem.
Audrey. Wilson? You scared me to death.
Did you just teleport through the wall or something? I have not played Bendy the Lone Wolf. Why do I want to say Ink Machine ever so much?
A pretty girl like you shouldn't be wandering around all by yourself. Mind if I step in?
Of course not.
Yesterday I got my blood. I donated blood for the first time. It was pretty interesting.
You look like you could use a little company.
So,
The reason I did was because partly it's a good thing to do, an extra credit, but it's a good push for people to do it for the first time. But I did almost faint during it.
What was that?
But luckily, the people there were nice, understanding that it was my first time getting donating blood, so I got apple juice and stuff. They're very nice, and I totally recommend doing it if you can or wish. I found out that the previous restriction. Oh my God, you're glowing, Wilson. Old Wilson, are you an angel? Are you a demon or something? You're scaring me. Why were you glowing? It was like a good idea. It just it was a lot for the first time. Something I never did before.
It will be perfectly safe.
It genuinely, like, I got kind of clammy as always, but like but that's normal. Like when you get like, it happens to a lot of people with needles and stuff. Like you get like stitches or something, or even if you're like seeing someone get stitches, you get clammy and sweaty. But it's a good experience, and I recommend doing it if you wish. It also means I'll be finding out my blood type soon. Yeah, there used to be a restriction. I mentioned a restriction of like giving blood and stuff. Because like in general there was restrictions, but there was a previous restriction that like for people who lived in England during like a time that mad cow's disease was a thing, or also a prion disease. You could not donate blood, or you had to let them know. And I know someone who was straight up refused to was denied to give blood because of that detail, but now that's been lifted, so now they can donate blood now. And I told them, and they're actually thinking they might do it next time they can. It'd be funny if they got denied again, but also kind of tragic, because it's like the restrictions lifted, but you still can't donate blood. That just feels like, I don't know, that just feels like hatred towards the British people or something. I really do like Bendy and the Ink Machine lore and just the story, and also fan creations of it. One of my personal fan creations was like the pencil in a dream kind of thing, or was it pencil nightmare? A pen and nightmare. It's made by like the song's made by Fishy Mama, and it's made by it's based off like a fan comic based on a similar premise of it, using the characters. The characters look very different, but that was, I think, before this game was released. Signed, or just an alternate version of them. I would totally recommend, like, giving it a watch and stuff. Because I think because I just like it. I'm missing something. I believe it. Where am I? No, I am not, apparently. I gotta leave the doll for last every time. It used to like make a squeaky noise when you put it down. Very cool. And I like how they got a miniature version of the ink machine, the first ink machine ever.
Only one thing left to do. Pull that switch.
Yay! Trapped in a room with a man who's kind of terrified me. That doesn't mean he's a bad person. I changed my mind. He is.
What's happening?
Because why are you doing this to one of your coworkers who's a young girl when you're like an old creepy man. Now it's not necessarily like that. It could just be he's evil and he wants to hurt people.
We're going home.
Stay back.
Listen to
The reason people find his creepy is mostly because I think part of it's his look, but also his voice.
to these last words. Because
But there's plenty of like characters with like more gruff voices like this that are good people.
everything.
Let go.
Come find me, Audrey. Come find me, and I'll show you your purpose. I'll show you the truth.
This can't be real.
And now we die.
What are you doing? Oh no.
Time to get baptized, I guess, in the ink. Come out a new person, a new soul. Man, I really, in general, do love this game. I really recommend, like, the Bendy Machine series. I also, like, for a while, some time ago, the Bendy Ink Machine had, like, it was free on Epic Game Store, so I got it. And I still have it. I might play it on stream one day, maybe not. In general, I really just want to enjoy. Now, some of you may be wondering, why am I not playing Avatar? I usually play Avatar for these videos. Because I didn't feel like it, and Avatar breaks my VTuber model. But also, I love Avatar and everything. But I also love Bendy and the Ink Machine. There's plenty of things. I have more than one interest. Though I do really love Avatar, and you cannot stop me from enjoying it.
What's wrong with my hands?
And this is more of a horror game. But I do really, in general, like it.
Oh, Audrey. What's happened to you?
I have plenty of tips, like, for the original first game, because I learned along the way as, like, playing it. Everything's stored in a mystery. Although things may be dark at the start, the truth will illuminate your way. Don't be afraid of who you are. Fear only what you may become and vanish away. Your best pal. Thank you, my best. To Grant Cohen Accounting, please inform Mr. Drew that despite his insistence that rumors of the Drew Stern going bankrupt are untrue, I want to remind him that if his studio does not need fail, all equipment and experiments produced through our partnership by contract belong to the Jet Corporation. We reclaim these assets forcefully if necessary. From Alan Gray, CEO. Gonna take some of this. Definitely not because they're needed. This game does have like these animations where those things are emphasized. And that's not necessarily a bad detail at all. Welcome home. Welcome. Hello, Boris Push. I guess I burst off for them. Why? I really do, in general, like these stories. This game is definitely a step up, an improvement from the Bendy and Ink Machine, like the visual distinction style. But there will always be a special place in my heart for the first one. Geez, you think I was drowning kittens the way these people are looking at me? I've never seen such dismay in a person's eyes, but this is the way of things. If management can't pay their bills, then the bank takes the goodies back. Still, it does break me a bit knowing how much I love them old cartoons this place used to make. Oh well, time shade. Life moves on. From Telly Wester. I'm trying to give these characters distinct voices, but I probably won't. I just really do love the details. Joey, Jack and I have been wondering if you could meet us with us considering the current situation. We have been with you for many years, so we feel we have contributed to the success of the Bendy in the past. Our interest is purely in keeping this company strong. We just want to help however we can. Let's talk. Sammy Lawrence. I actually find an interesting detail about about Sammy Lawrence hints. In this book, one of the books, it's Bendy and the Ink Machine. Sheen's dreams come to life. It describes him as burr-like, which can have two meanings. Either he has more angular shapes. His human, he has his facial features are more angular, or it could mean he looks feminine. The reason that I interpret either of these ways is because often not when people are like, because like people call women birds at times. Gotta pick up some chicks or bird. Get the bird. The ink drifts, darkness has spread through the studio. The reaching shadows creep around you. Something hungers for your crusted flesh. It is close, so very close. It strains to grab you, choke you from behind. You'll feel its breath upon your neck. It is close. I really, in general, but also angular shapes because sometimes, like, because birds have like are angular shapes with their beaks and stuff. But there are many ways to interpret the same statement, and people might have interpreted it differently. I knew that was coming. I know. Yeah, my bad. I might have skipped that part. This is a very short video, so I'm gonna end it soon, but anyway. You're telling me to run, but so I run, but I know it's nothing. And how this world has changed. Yeah, this is just part of the game. Yeah, you're smarter than the other creatures, aren't you? You're an intelligent little guy. I know a lot of it.
I wouldn't drink too much of that if I were you.
Jesus, don't sneak up on a girl.
It's not so good.
The fan comic actually shows like
It looked like you needed
like
some help.
how like her like why Allison doesn't really have
What is this horrible place?
Yeah.
this, or this Alice doesn't have a halo.
I know.
Well,
it's scary.
Is like it's
But you're
more,
actually pretty lucky. The machine
and the other one
turned into
while the other
a-
Alice does have a halo, and why it's that way.
Protect me?
No, that's a Piper. And he's part of a gang, so be careful.
I don't understand any of this. I can't think. It hurts.
You'll catch on pretty quickly, if you can stay alive. Lesson 1. Searchers don't have legs and they tend to swarm. Look, it's not good to stay in one place for too long around here. Keep moving and stay close to the shadows. Take my advice. Head to the upper levels. It's safer there.
Can I come with you?
You can't. I'm sorry. I have a wolf. He doesn't care for strangers.
A wolf?
Like I said, you'll catch on. Good luck. I hope we meet again. Oh, and one more thing. Above everything else, stay away from the ink demon.
What's an ink demon?
Well, you'll know him when you see him. He likes to smile, and he kills anything that moves.
Wait! What's your name?
They call me Alice. I'm not very fond of it.
I'm Audrey.
Well, Audrey, welcome to the studio.
I think I'm good here because we just got to chapter 1 and play again soon. Maybe I'll stream, maybe I'll not. But anyway, have a good day. Bye!